Hello. How's it going? See what I put in the chat? I think I should change my name to that. And I'm not kidding. I've really been considering it lately because it's a fact. It's a fact. And I don't know what to do about it. I really don't. There's a between with between two different chronic health issues, and yesterday I was down all day in bed, in a lot of pain. And then, so the next day I get up. There's always a reason. I mean, there's just always a reason. But it's true. When you live with severe pain and disabilities, and before I was a caretaker with severe pain and disabilities, there's always a freaking reason why I'm late. So anyway, when you spend a whole day down, the next day when you get up and you feel better, you're like, oh, I got to take care of a million things. So, then you do, and then your partner needs you, and then the dog has to go out, and it doesn't matter. I mean, 2:30 is like totally reasonable. I was sitting right here at 1:30. Kid you not. You know how many times I got up and had to go do something else? And I was just like, going to pull my hair out. I'm Lucinda. Nice to see you. Thank you for tolerating me. Today is Thursday. Today is my medium to high end vintage costume jewelry of, both like real costume like grandma and mama used to wear. And also what grandma and mama used to wear, semi-precious, sterling silver, some crystal, whatever. I was 5 minutes late today because I married two items together, necklace-wise, that are perfect. They're beautiful. And in doing that, I took out all my collection of beads since the 70s and onwards. And I was like, wow, I have so much incredible. I have all this semi-precious. I have old turquoise. I have super old acrylic. I have old African trade beads. I was just like, what is it doing stashed in here? I have a whole pile over there of stuff just to repair. But also, I've got to start making stuff, because what am I doing with this giant? Hi, Barb. Okay. Hi. And I did, Barb, get your message, and I didn't get a chance to respond to you because I was in bed for 24 hours. I marked you down for the micro mosaic with the missing piece, and I was going to bring my African trade beads to show you the tiny pieces you could find to glue in if you wanted. Go to a flea market or look on eBay for old African trade beads and see if you can find the super tiny ones. And I bet you can find a white and green piece that matches. In fact, maybe I'll take apart my 3-strand one that's really old and give you a piece. And copper penny earrings. I did do that. Not totally out there. It just seems like it because I'm always late. I am professional. I'm just doing the best I can. So I'm in Northern California, for anyone who doesn't know, and I do 2-week build-a-boxes. I only sell vintage jewelry at this point. This is the second day of week 2 build-a-boxes. Tomorrow, my sale at 3 o'clock my time. I'm in Northern California, so Pacific Daylight Time. 6 o'clock Eastern will be the end of week 2, and then I will be packing and invoicing. Yeah. So if you bid today and you win an item, you're the highest bidder, or the buy it now, or I don't really have a lot of buy it nows today. That's usually Tuesday. Is almost always all buy it nows. I need your YouTube name, your real name with address and zip code, and your YouTube name sent to this address on the screen that ends in .net. by the end of the sale so that I can get it out to you. Shipping has gone up. Multiple reasons. We all know. We're all feeling the pain. I do use Pirate Ship and I bill through PayPal. So you can check out as a guest on PayPal. Pirate Ship is a third cheaper, but I mean, the rates across the board are up because here we are. Here we are. Cheers. That's all I got to say about that. I feel like Forrest Gump, but that's all I have to say about that. So, I'm pretty sure I did everything except start my timer. Let's do that. Again, my doctor called right at the last minute. My doctor, that because my one insurance is ending and my Medicare needs to start, but I didn't know it would take, up to 2 months for them to get that together. I can't have anything done about my back pain for maybe 2 or 3 months because then I need to buy the other parts and it's, so yeah, I had to answer that call. Okay, so as usual, I brought a plethora of different types of items and we're just going to get into it. If anyone has any questions, ask. If you want to lurk, lurk. It's all good. Okay, I'm going to start with a pair of fabulous clip-on earrings with a starting bid. I'm going to call these blue glass flowers. They are, oh my gosh. I love these, and I'm pretty sure that I know the maker, but, here's the thing. So in the 70s, I sold at the flea market with my mom, returns to the high-end department stores. When eBay started, I sold vintage costume, and I had every kind of reference book under the sun because, back then you went to the library. It wasn't on the internet. There was no Google image search. And I learned a lot. I don't have all those reference books anymore. That was a long time ago, and since then I raised a whole child, went to 10 years of school to get a master's degree, so many things. So I don't have that, but I have a lot of knowledge in my head. I'm pretty savvy, and I'm pretty dang sure that I know who designed these. And I am, as soon as I'm done with this, I am going to make a note when I end this show to adjust my computer. I watched my last stream and I saw how many times the computer light shifted in how many different bizarre colors and how bad the lighting was because of that. And I knew it was bad, but it's gotten worse. And it also may be that my computer camera is wearing out. I don't know. I have a whole nother up or down camera. So, Warrior Girl, hello. I bought the necklace. Oh, yes. Oh, Warrior Girl. I haven't decided about the Baroque pearl necklace and whether I'm going to take it apart to make individual necklaces and earring sets, or if I'm going to leave it as is and drop it in an Etsy store. So I was just actually looking at that and researching it and thinking about it today. So I haven't decided. I'm really hoping that I feel like these are a little camera shy. So up top, oh, this is not good. Up top here is a purple and blue, and I Okay, that's acrylic. The purple and blue is an old acrylic, and it is carved. Then there is the light in here is terrible. I hope this is coming across. Then this is a red brown large oval prong set cabochon. There is a citrine yellow rhinestone down here. God, the light is terrible. A small pink on the top and a orange citrine in the middle. I'll show you the back. Yeah, that I could not, I really don't feel like the colors are showing up at all. That's a little better. Let me show you the back. Yes, I will, because I mean, I could not. So all of them, with the exception of the rhinestones, this one and even the acrylic are open to the light. So I would say this is not, it's possible it's still a like later 60s high-end designer who collaborated with these people. Although I'm used to more that they do glass, not acrylic. However, I have seen some beautiful pieces with acrylic. The prong setting shows to me that it is more the latter part or mid part of the 60s, not the 50s. But those designers worked with people up until I think almost the end of the 60s. And these are directional because of the way the stone pokes out right here. Yeah, Warrior Girl, I could not leave that. I mean, I don't even have that kind of money to buy that, even with the layaway. Not even. But it was such a good price. It is so incredible. And I was just like, I have to buy it. So I did. So these are gorgeous. And in the sunlight, in the correct light, these are everywhere shiny and beautiful. And if you collect these type of designer clip-on earrings, see, there's some of the light right there. See that? If you collect these at 27, even with the acrylic piece not being a blue carved check glass, the piece down here that's wavy and carved likely is. Now, there's a lot of check glass out there. It's not like there's not, but check glass is simply a higher end artisan glass, okay? I mean, it really is. And I'll show you some other stuff, and I have showed you in the past some other that it just, there's no comparison. And these are interesting. These are a little dirty as well. So right before I came on, I did lightly clean them very carefully because, for instance, foiled rhinestones, you don't ever want to get wet. So you really need to know what you're doing. But they're here. Judy Lee, or that's possible as well. That is possible. I need to look them up. I didn't have time. But I can see that. And you see how they're directional. If you put them like this, it's the wrong way in. So that's possible, but they're not signed. They're not signed. So Judy Lee, Juliana Deany, and Juliana and Deany, like I said, designed across the board. with so many companies. I think they might have, I could be crazy, which I mean, actually I am, but they designed, I think even something for Avon. Warrior Girl. So I'm seeing you around a lot. Do you have a background in jewelry? Have you been doing jewelry for a long time? Because you know a lot. So I am curious. I like to get to know stuff. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, and I just put these down here, and I'm gonna put them up here with my pink Shetland dog sweater clips to remember to research them. Okay, let's move on from that. But I will tell you that I do have more of that type of thing, and I'm gonna bounce all over. Now, let's see if anyone is interested in this. This is going to be a buy it now. This is probably my only buy it now today and tomorrow. And oops, I can't. Ew. This is gorgeous. And I used to, when I first started, I sold everything, and everything sold. All the glassware, the ceramics, the kitschy little stuff that, I sold everything. I had antique crystal glass. I mean, you name it, I was out there. I found it. I had all the little honey holes by my dad's house down in the city. And then I just decided to exclusively go into my main love, vintage jewelry. But I do have a couple items like this. And this one is beautiful. This one is beautiful. It's a large beaded bag. So I want you to see how big it is. Then I'm going to come up close. Now, I know that Capwell's department stores, this is all hand beaded. $24 on satin. It's on satin, probably cotton lining. I don't know if Capwell's was across the country or just across the Northwest. I have no idea. Like, for instance, Macy's. I don't know. Here's the back. But this was made exclusively for, and on the front, it has, let's let the camera catch up. And I'm holding it sideways to try to get more in. Flowers. Let's turn it and see if you can see. See, when I do this, I can't see what I'm doing. There you go. It has flowers on the bottom, like little white roses across the bottom. It is an excellent, like basically perfect shape. It has no stones, no beads missing. It is, and it's large. It is a metal snap closure. See inside? Actually, that's silk inside as well. Oh, that's cool. I could dig it. And then inside, see this? There's no stains, no nothing. This is like what you find in grandma's drawer when you go over and are playing. So here's the main part. And this is big enough that it will accommodate today modern cell phone and makeup keys. It's just for, going out to the club. And the tag inside says made in, not Hong Kong, Belgium. This was made in Belgium. Heidi, are you here? For Capwell's. Belgium. This is super high quality. It even has the beads on top of here. And not a single thing is missing. It's absolutely incredible. I'll give you the measurements and then I'll move on. But I do only have a few items like this left. And I did say that occasionally I would bring this type of things, like, you know, an evening bag, a beautiful vintage beaded evening bag, beautiful little jewelry box, something small, easy to ship. So here I am keeping my promise. It's 12 inches long on the bottom. Hi, Barb. And Barb has bought it, but she didn't sneak attack me. Thank you, Barb. 10 inches on the top and 5 inches long. And Barb has bought it. Barb, it's beautiful. Thank you for not sneak attacking me, Barb. Here, let me put it down on its plastic bag because I don't want it to get hurt. Yeah. Barb is my, the minute I put something down, I turn around and it's gorgeous. And Belgium, they're usually, that's why I said Hong Kong, because they're all made in Hong Kong. So Belgium, Capwell's high end. Barb, are you in a place where there were Capwells? I don't know. Does anyone here know where Capwells across the country? Beaded evening bag. That's what I was trying to say. It's lovely, Barb. And 24, it's a steal. Thank you, honey. White evening bag. I'm kind of going to miss it, even though it's just been in with all my jewelry over here. Just in Oakland. Well, yeah, so it started in Oakland, the main one, Oakland, California. And then we had El Cerrito, like El Sobrante, something like that. So, it's just a tiny local store. Wow, I never would have known that. Okay, this, I'm going to put your name inside this because I'm not going to put it in your jewelry bag, Barb. I have boxes where it'll still be small, but this will be flat in tissue on the bottom. So it won't get beat up by the jewelry, and it doesn't have to be in a giant bag. Thank you. It's delicious. Okay. Sold. Just in Oakland. Yeah, for some reason I always thought, you know, it was such a successful department store. I was like, well, it's got to be everywhere. Okay, this is a starting bid of ooh. And I'm kind of, you know, doing a mix today of Thursday, Friday. Because I just don't know how I'll be doing tomorrow. And it's been tough all the way around for everyone. So, you know, and I've got some stuff I need to do this weekend. So I will come on tomorrow, but it might be shorter. Oh, cool. You have the black one. So Warrior Girl, are you here in California? Or do you have one similar? Just curious. Okay, this is incredible. And I have a suspicion about this. I just wanted to make sure because the way it came, here's the back. It is not signed, but it is so, the rhinestones are so well done. Oh, there you go. Clovis, I know where that is. Well, hello, Californian. I know where that is. I have a suspicion about who made this, but all I can say is that everything about it appears to me to be Weiss. But again, it's not signed. There is unsigned Weiss out there. And here's one of the problems. It's the quality of the stones. It's the shininess. It's the style with the small and then the square and then the cabochon and then the large circle. The construction in the back. It all just says that to me. But here's the problem with saying these things. Unless I was claiming to be an expert, which I am not, I'm just going to look one more time for a signature. There is so much out there that I don't want to be that person who says, this is that. And it's not. There are so many unscrupulous eBay dealers or people who just literally don't know or don't care. And they see a piece that someone has mislabeled and then another person mislabels and on. And so it just becomes, that's what it is. I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to do that. But I know my costume. I've been doing it for a long time. And this one, it's just screaming that quality. So I agree. Nice. Yeah, Barb, this is and I gotta say, if this is an unsigned Weiss and I'm starting it at $39, so many of the resellers that, I hang out in their circle would be starting this at quite a bit more. So, it's so good. It's obviously, it is prong set. The prongs are almost look like a soldered. There are also some inset. I don't know. It's just the quality. It's 1.5 inches across. I've just held so much in my hand, but it's 1.5 inches across. And even if it's not Weiss, because I can't say that definitively, it's a good one. And Warrior Girl, yeah, that's right, Barb. See, look, even over here, it's just Warrior Girl. I've got brooches on every single country shirt I own. And jackets, and then I stick them on shirts like this, and then I have so many, So, I mean, this is a piece I would love to keep, but I need money, like we all do. Okay, it's going down, starting at $39. Y'all know where it is. I'm going to put it in a bag. Yeah, Clovis is by Fresno. Warrior Girl. So you must go to I'm going to look this one up also. I mean, I have, but I'm going to do it again. You watch Tanya, correct? Maybe you know Tanya. Maybe you're secretly Tanya. Coming in to see what I'm doing without telling me. Okay, let's do a lower end piece because I've been doing some higher. Let's do that, okay? So, I said I wasn't going to really have buy it nows, but let's just do some buy it nows. How's that? Let's just do that. This is a good one. Yep. Yep. I have driven through many a time. I miss traveling. I kind of thought that, are you sure, warrior girl, that you're not done yet? I miss traveling. I have not traveled all around the world, or I've never even left this country, but I've traveled so much in the United States. And I honestly thought once I was done helping my mother and my father age and die in their home as their caretaker for, almost 5 years, that I was going to travel. And then I came home to my homestead and grieved. And now my back is so screwed up. I'm like, how am I supposed to travel? So this is really, so I don't know. I'm trying to set up something small for this year, some small trip. And with gas going up, I'm like, well, where's that going to be? So I'll figure it out. So this is acrylic, but this is really cool. The acrylic is so shiny. It looks like a stone, and it's just damn pretty. And then the way it's constructed, it's a stretch bracelet. It's kind of brutalist, right? Industrialist. Maybe the 80s. The stretch is still pretty strong on here. So I'm not worried about it. And it's heavy. It's a heavy piece. I mean, let me show you the inside. This is not a new piece. This is vintage. See that? Look at in there. It's heavy. It's super well made. If this was newer, it would not be so heavy. It would not be so well constructed. And despite that, it wasn't worn a lot. So obviously, doesn't it, the way you want to put this on is just roll it over your hand, nice and light. And because it's a tight stretch, I don't want to pull it more. Whoever it fits on, I want them to be able to get it to match their hand. It's a beautiful, beautiful light green that sparkles, and it's $14, and it is fun. And it is, honestly, I don't wear a lot of stretch bracelets because I'm a little rough on things, but if I did, this would be a piece that I like. Look at this ring, this beautiful amber ring I got from Doug. He didn't clean it. And I didn't have time before I came on, and I put it on, and I was like, wait a minute, that's so dirty. I need to clean it. Okay, it's going down. You know where it is. You can email me later. Okay, so Mother's Day is this weekend, right? Because, yeah, Mother's Day, yep, it always coincides with my wedding anniversary. Oh, good Lord. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Did you, warrior girl? Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I'm an MSW, and I deal with my ADLs, and luckily I have the tools, and I've done a lot of, the WRAP, W-A-R-P. You ever heard of WRAP? Wellness Recovery Action Plan. And then caregiver for my parents by default. My mom, that was a no-brainer. I had to do that. I'm the closest, but my dad was not something I planned on, but it was what it turned out, the way it went, and exhausted. How about this piece? This is modern, but it's cool. I don't know. I'm going to take a wild guess. Thank you for being a caregiver, warrior girl. It's incredibly important. And it's really hard. And the clients who have the person that need to be taken care of are stressed. They yell. They can be harsh. The agencies can be crappy. So God bless you for doing that, man. It's I had a one of those harder family lives, and I was the black sheep, just me and my sibling. But it was interesting. I really reconciled everything with my father while I was there, which was beautiful. I never thought I would. And I loved him so much. He was the last one. Lived there for 2 years. But with my mom, she had Parkinson's and just wasn't all there. So I'm not really sure where we got to. I mean, we always saw each other all the time. It's not like we didn't speak. But just the reconciliation of stuff, it didn't happen with my mom. So I want to talk about this bracelet. This bracelet's really interesting. This is, and stop talking about, the stuff that's painful. This is I don't think this is glass. But I, for the life of me, don't know what stone it is. This white one kind of reminds me of, let me just see. Let me go over here. Make sure it's not like some AB thing. No, it's not. It might just be cut glass, but I cannot guarantee that it's not actual stones. And here's the thing, I'm getting a Presidium at the end of the month. I mean, I just keep investing more in my business to be more and more accurate with you all as I, up my game here, but never will I not have affordable. This is just acrylic plastic. But there's things I can't identify, like this might be crystal in different colors. So this is kind of like a moonstone, not in frame. This is a light blue. This is a baby blue. This is acrylic. This is like a faux. I believe these are faux pearls. I don't believe they're real. This is like a purple. This is a dark blue. This is for sure some type of, like, maybe chalcedony, or I don't know. I'm not saying the right words. And then there you go. So all together, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bands. Has these little rhinestone chips. Are they rhinestones? I swear to God. There's something, the light in here was perfect. And then, actually, no, see, they're not rhinestones. Unless they're foiled. They might be foiled backed because they have like a purple. So they're probably, an opalescent. They're probably foil backed. And here is what it looks like on. So, like I said, I can't identify what is happening there. Is it all just cut glass? It doesn't seem like it to me, but I can't identify it. So, I will have a Presidium at the end of the month. It is, they're over $300. So I just, I don't have that kind of money. Not really. I'm, living on a wing and a prayer all the time. So this does not quite, it's a barrel closure. It does not quite close on me at all. So I'm going to say I'm a 7.25. I'll measure the inside, but I'm going to go with a 6.5. And let's see what my ruler says. Now, the other reason I'm hesitant to say that it's anything but a really nice kind of cut crystal is because, see the bumps on the silver overtone? They screwed up in the factory with that. Now, no one's really going to pay attention to that. They're going to pay attention to this. So, let's see how big it is. Across. Come on, close. Yeah, 2 inches, and I'm 2.5. So let's go to 6.25. It's a small wrist. 6.25. You're welcome. Loved everyone. Never took care of. I even had people's families ask me to sing at the funeral. Ah, beautiful. Treated them like gold. Yeah. My own family members, and they each felt that. You know what? Thank you. Because you know what I got to learn. I mean, I took care of my friend. She was 32 and I was 34, maybe something like that. 35. It was the early days of HIV, and I was there pretty much every day for 6 weeks, despite having a 5-year-old. Sometimes, very often, I spent the night. And the gift that I got, you know where that is if you change your mind. The gift that I got from that was, and that was, a long time ago, was we all are going to pass, and we all deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. We all need peace and love and joy, and whatever kind of personality and spiritual path or not spiritual path we have, that's what we do. We show up and we do it. My daughter is a death doula. She's pretty dang cool. Let's see. Well, let's do this. This is beautiful. I have so many. Okay, I can save this for Friday. Let's do this. But that was a hi, Jessie. How are you? That was one heck of an experience at such a young age. But I was prepared for it. And, I had been, we had been best friends for, years and years and years. And it wasn't her fault. It was the gentleman she was with. And, I promised her I would be there, and I was. And it was beautiful. And I was there in her last hours. And then I left for the family to be there. And it taught me to not be afraid. And it taught me how much respect we all deserve. So this is so beautiful. It is a starting bid of 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. In warrior girl. It takes a village at all times. And that's what we have forgotten. Basic respect, courtesy, compassion, and go check out how your neighbor is, right? Because we're all there. We all need stuff all the time. Look at this. This is vintage. This is so beautiful. I am saying AB pinks. I'm not sure. It's not AB coated, but I don't know. So it's not AB coated, but it picks up pink in the orange. So this is a place where you might get over or not, because it is costume, and it is made in one of my favorite places ever. It has a shepherd hook, made in West Germany. West Germany did some of the most quality work when it comes to costume. And this is graduated sizes. And see the seed beads in between? Look at how well they did this. Let me show you one strand. And it just depends. It's not AB. It's just how the light hits it. See how, like, this is super, almost like a greenish citrine. But then when it's all together, that there's pinks, there's all these colors. It has a 2-inch extender. And it's glass. It's not plastic. This is glass. This is glass. I mean, 32 is probably, even though it's costume, on the low end. It's glass. So is it check glass? I don't know. But then, look, when I get it up here, let's see if you all see. Do you see all the pinks in there? There's all this pink. But it's not AB coated. So I don't know. Or is just maybe these on the bottom got a coating? I mean, I do not see a coating. But I do, maybe a coating. And then that is lighter. So it's a mystery to me. It is a collar. I'm going to move on. It is a collar necklace. That's nice. So that is with the extender. This is 14 and this is just barely 16 with the extender. Without the extender on me, oh, it just got caught on my baby Ganesh. Hold on. Necklace. Without the extender, it would be like that. And that's actually really pretty. And that's how it's designed to be. I just don't have the right type of neck anymore. So you know where it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, all check glass is vintage. So all check glass is vintage. The story with check glass is that I think it was World War I. They Japan, first Austria, and then Japan went in and took everything out of the factories. Boom, 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 by the trainloads, huge trainloads. I mean, over and over and over, and got all that beautiful stuff the heck out of there. And so it wound up in Austria, and a ton of it is in Japan. So it is still out there in some repops today, but the vintage pieces with check glass, amazing. But it can be that it is in some modern pieces, but you can tell, like, that was West Germany. So that's, when it says West Germany, that's pretty obvious, right? But you can tell the quality of a vintage costume versus a modern piece, Oh, yeah. Bruce and Dennis, the go-to for check. I've gotten some of my top quality, and I used to have a woman who bought from me check glass. Oh my God. I mean, I would buy from them and, make, I don't know, like $10 on the item, but it was worth it just to have it in my hands and feel it and love it, and then pass it on to a friend. Mm-hmm. And I have many pieces that are mine, all mine. Let's try something entirely different. Let's see what y'all think. How is everyone doing out there? Thank you for being here. So starting bid. This one is not going to be that much, and I think I'm undervaluing it, but I have a feeling that people are going to, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I actually had I try Warrior Girl, but I literally, there's so much I don't know. And I learn something every day watching other resellers. Every day I learn something, or it's something I knew, but then there's a piece that goes in, and I'm like, oh, this is old. This is at least 1970s. I think it's older than that. And it wasn't made for the tourist trade. I sincerely doubt it. Now, the back right there, this is deerskin. This is worked suede. You could call it suede. This, I believe this is glue or something. Someone maybe put this down on top of something at some point. I do not know how to clean suede. There is a way. There's like a suede cleaner, or dry cleaners have something they clean suede with. I don't know anything about that. So it does have that. You can see the beaded where the stitches went in. It's very thick. Very thick. I don't know the tribe. I believe I have this upside down. I believe I have it upside down. No, maybe not. I think, let's see. This might, I kind of, okay, I don't know much. So the colors, I don't know. I'm getting like kind of a Thunderbird impression from this, but I don't know a lot about Native American. I'm not Native. I think I have some blood in me from way back. I'm from North Carolina, Kentucky, and then it just has the ties here, and these are a little stiff. I believe also there's a way to soak that, but this is how you tie it on. And items like this, I feel like we are privileged to be able to have this. I mean, talk about needing to make money and selling to, I know that there's a lot of, I mean, we had the Harvey houses, and then we have still all the trading posts going along Route 70, etc., where people are still buying items, but they're made for the tourist trade. This was not made for the tourist trade. And, for all I know, this was a piece with something in it. So I don't know. Oh, yeah. Right. There you go. Hi, Becky. How are you? Yes. Right. There's something you can do. I know that. And like with just the ends here, I'm sure you can soak this in water to just freshen the leather up. This is beautiful. And I can't bring it back at cheaper than that. So I do bring Tuesdays is my day when I bring back items that haven't sold, that I'm doing a clearing of, but there are some items that I can't. So, yeah. See, shoe stores, because we wore blue suede shoes. But these are really cool. Gold tone. These are really pretty cool. I like them a lot. They are, clip. They are actually, sorry. There you go. Yep. So these are screw-on, not clip-backs. Some people like clip-backs better. Some people like screw-ons. I love this pattern. I looked and looked for a maker's name. I could not find this. This is very like moving out of the 50s into the 60s. Possibly 80s. Possibly. It seems earlier to me based on the construction, but there is a crossover from the construction. There is a crossover look that happened 70s to 80s that can, while there's unique things, there's also like a crossover when it comes to especially gold tone jewelry. Not silver, but gold. Gold was really in the 80s. Think hip hop. Think industrial. So I looked and looked for a name. I couldn't find one. So there's no way for me to really date this. They are fabulous. They're slightly heavy. They are not shoulder dusters, but they are about probably 2.5 inches long. And I love them. I absolutely love them. The main reason is because of that, the way it's gold, but then it has this random etching, even though it's probably stamped, with the white in there to make it pop. And this shape, this totally random shape with a raised little diamond pattern right there. Yeah. That's what they are. So, oh, good Lord, hold on. From the top of the diamond to the bottom, they are a 1/8 of an inch away from being 3 inches. It's just because the diamond is up on the ear that they don't hang as low. Yeah. So, hush puppies. Hush puppies. Totally. Hush puppies. I remember that. Who else remembers hush puppies, right? Wow. Taking me back. And who remembers that you could take your shoes in and you were meant to, shoes were meant to last forever once you got to your size shoes, unless you got pregnant and, whatever, your feet expanded. But then they usually, but not always, went back down. You bought shoes that lasted forever and you took them to where? A shoe repair store. Those don't exist anymore. If you can find one, best of luck to you. Because everything is disposable now. And it's like, what in the heck happened? I don't know. So we're moving in a totally different direction now. And I did set my timer. I'm going to abide by that. And like I said, tomorrow might be short. This is a pretty spectacular piece. And I'm okay with it sticking around until the right person comes along to buy it. Hush puppies. And people used to go, Hush, puppy. It was like a joke. Okay. Okay. Barb, no problem, honey. And I came on late. I'm chronically late, and I'm trying to be a little bit careful of my body today. And I don't do previews. I'm sorry. I don't have the bandwidth. I used to put together the most beautiful previews when I sold household and jewelry. And you can see those from a couple of years ago. I just don't have the bandwidth. So, I wait until I'm on. Now, this is tripled. It almost looks hand cut or very rough machine cut. It is white melt glass. It is very heavy. It has tiny white spacers in between that I don't know if it too is melt glass or just very old tiny white seed beads. The reason the spacers are here is because these are so heavy that if they just knocked into each other, it would break. They would start chipping. So you see vintage necklaces with either this or they're hand knotted in between. And when I say this is heavy, I mean it's heavy. And I have done it up 3 times. There is no clasp. I literally believe that this is from the flapper era. The melt glass has almost like a ring of fire at certain places. You can just barely catch it. So I believe this is a lot older than there's one in Clovis. Nice. See, so I live in the middle of nowhere now in Mendocino County. I mean, it's not really, but it takes me a while to get anywhere that has any consequence, any real shopping. No such thing as a shoe repair here. But when I lived in Berkeley, we had a shoe repair, and then we had several all around. And this one by one generationally owned stores went out of business. The rent, the etc. So any of you see the sheen? It's very hard, but there is a pink, antique melt glass has what's called a ring of fire. So this is really long. Let's go for it, okay? Boom. It is this long. Seriously. So when I put this on, call it an opera lynx. It goes down below my belly button by an inch. So it is over 30 inches. It's probably 36. It's probably 3 feet long. It just goes and goes and goes way down to here. So you can easily, it's what you call opera length. And I believe it's from the flapper era. This one would be really great to layer like this, or let's get on into this. And it's so heavy. So I can't wear stuff like that. Or you could do something like this and put a brooch right here. So this is not going to be the one that I would choose, but it's sitting right here. And I mean, it wouldn't be terrible, but you could do, this is gold with white rhinestones. You could do something like that. You could just do it on the inside and leave the outside hang. You could put it up higher on the inside one. when I do this, I'm all up in the way of showing everything. Hold on. What am I doing? Let me get this right. So here's the brooch. It's just a basic vintage with white stones brooch. And you're putting it way up high like that, and this one should come down longer. Let's do that. I'm having fun. I'm playing dress up. Let's do like this. Put this in here. See, this one just doesn't have a long enough clasp, so I can't leave it. But you could do this. So there's a million ways you could wear this super vintage, almost antique piece. That is the point. Hello, Anne. What is the difference between flapper length and opera length? I don't think there is a difference. Oh, or put the brooch on the side and do a whole side like, oof, yes, warrior girl. That would be great. Put the brooch over here. You know, I think flapper length and opera length is the same thing. I think it just means 3 feet or longer. Yes, look at that. So that's like 5 or 6 different ways to wear this. There is no clasp. Dang. And white goes with everything. And this is a gold brooch. You could put a silver brooch here. You could put a brutalist. You could put a damascene. You could just go to town. Wow. Flapper length a little longer than 3 feet? I don't think so. Because, but you know what? I don't know the answer to that. And I don't know the answer to that. Maybe someone could look it up on their phone. Because flapper length usually meant it went down to your belly button, and you would wear one or maybe a couple of them, and one might be knotted in the middle, and then they just flap around, right? And like, you know, they're over your top here, so you're flapping, right? And they're the dance. So yeah, the Weiss brooch would look. Where did it go? Oh my God. I put it over here to research. Oh, it's in its bag. But that would be beautiful with this. Mm-hmm. There you go. Look at that. Yep. I know it's in the bag, but I already showed it. Wow. Yeah. So I can't go down on that piece. That is a really good question, Anne. I would like to know the answer, and I don't. But I would like to. Interesting. I could ask my phone. I don't think there is. I think they're interchangeable. Like, because first, okay. So in the 1910s, the opera, the Gilded Age, 1900, 1910, when all the big monopolies were coming in with the bank barons, railroad barons, bank, etc. Opera was the huge issue. And then the 1920s, after the war, the flapper thing came in. So I think they just shifted the words around. But now Becky is telling us. Yeah, Weiss goes with milk glass. That's perfect. Flapper is up to 60. Yeah, so you could double it. So flapper length necklaces are typically defined as being very long, usually measuring 36 inches, which is what this is, to over 60 inches in length. These necklaces, which became popular during the 1920s, are designed to hang well below the bust, often reaching the waist or hips. Yeah, so see, there you go. So this is that 36 inches, 3 feet, right? So, but it could go all the way to 60. So I think, this is just my historical guess, they went from the opera Gilded Age to the flapper and just, changed the word up. So I bet if we looked up opera necklaces and opera length, we'd get kind of a similar answer. Becky, what do you think about that? Thank you for looking. You know where it is if you change your mind. How about something entirely different? Ooh, see, I was in bed in pain all day yesterday, and then I get up today in just this little bit, and my arms are like, whoosh, stop it. Oops, sorry. Opera up to 38. Now, see, that's interesting. Up to 38, and flapper starts at 36. See what you learn when you ask a question? I love learning. That's really interesting. I mean, because up to 38. Interesting. I don't get it. Okay, this is going to be a buy it now of this is a funky interesting. Hold on. My cursor zooming. Becky, how are you today? Thank you for doing that. And I haven't called you, Becky, because Karen, has been dealing with her lungs and everything. And I'm like, I can't call Karen until, I feel like it's been several weeks and she actually feels healthy enough to have this discussion, So this is the bottom piece. It's a typical like Native American kind of, I think it's a Zuni. Is that right? Zuni, and it starts with a K. Okay, there goes my brain. Like musician. And this is an artisan made piece. I'm pretty sure it's made out of pewter. It very likely could be Native American, but this is a Native American figurine, but I think this is someone imitated that in pewter, but it does have a place to put a jump ring. It's heavy. It's got the bear paws. It's silver. So is it brass? Now, that's an interesting question, Anne, only because, and it wasn't sand cast, but it was cast because there's kind of like burlap impressions on the back. So it's silver, but it does have, let's let my computer catch up. It does have blue or bluing, but again, that could just be from the process of making this. I'm sorry if my computer is showing it as brass. It is more of a silver. Let's see if it's magnetic. It is not magnetic. And I believe that brass is magnetic. I wish I had a brass of my flashlight. It's not magnetic, if that helps at all. It's not magnetic. And this is a huge piece. And like I said, I don't know that I feel like it's worth at least $28. And here's the jump ring it's on. It is, and it might be a Native American piece. I'm not qualified to say that, so I'm saying it's not. It is 3.5 inches long, and 1.5 inches wide. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. And then it's on this very long snake chain. Because since it's so heavy, I wanted it on a really nice, solid chain. I didn't want to put it on some little mousy sterling silver chain. And it would look great on a torque if someone just wants the piece and doesn't want the necklace because you want to put it on a torque. That would be fine. It's a very long chain with a 3-inch extender. The chain is probably from the 90s, and it's long. It is probably, let's see, backwards. Sorry, I put it on backwards. There you go. No marks. Nope. No marks at all. And it fits, right in the middle of everything. So the chain is about 24, 22, and then this guy is 3.5 inches. But I think this would look really great on a torque. Up here. For that matter, if you know how, you could glue a brooch back on and wear this guy as a brooch. Yeah. Yep. No, chain is not sterling. Nope. No, Anne. Chain is not sterling. Like I said, I didn't want to put it on a sterling silver chain, and I would never sell it for $28 if it was sterling. Nope. Can you imagine this much chain being sterling and me asking $28 for the whole thing? No. Nope, chain is not. So if you don't want the chain and you just wanted the figurine, it does have the jump ring. It has this, and then it has this jump ring on it. I would let just the piece go for $25. But there are no markings. So I can't tell you if it's actually indigenous work, maybe a mold piece for other pieces, or if it's, just a random artist. I don't know. That's the thing. So Anne, hi. That's the thing. I know a lot about a lot. And then there is things that I simply don't know. Like, for instance, I know what figure that is, but I have forgotten in this moment. And some of that has to do with, I have something called fibromyalgia. So some of it has to do with that. There is a name for this character. It's a very important character, and I think it's Zuni. But, there's my email address right there, warrior girl. Sorry. Sorry. So, when I don't know something and I'm bringing something up, and I tell you, and I do have some sterling silver. I do have some semi-precious. I absolutely have that stuff. I have lots of incredible rings that, lapis, so much more, rock crystal. But gold and sterling silver or Native American is not my specialty, even though I do have it. Oh, do you? Coco Pally, Becky. Y'all, say hi to my friend Becky. Becky, would you put, you know what, Becky? I totally forgot on Tuesday when Kathy was helping me to ask her to drop your link because you were being very quiet and I forgot. And all day yesterday while I was lying in bed, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't drop Becky's link. Becky has been my friend for a long time. Becky, could you please put your link in? She is a reseller. She specializes in vintage household, some jewelry, ephemera, and she has sales all the time. So please, Becky, drop your link. And I'm sorry, Anne, to hear that. I really am. It just kicks our ass. but you figure out how to get around it, right? And I think you have bought vintage cloisonne from me before. Yes, I do. I think you have. And I do run across it. Yep. But it's here and there and everywhere. I can't, but I do. That's what I got. Oh, you want me to put it in the post? Okay, here you go. MS. Yes. Oh, yeah. All that stuff. Believe me, I've had fibromyalgia. Here's my email, Warrior Girl. I have had fibromyalgia for 25 plus years, and now I have severe spinal stenosis, which is arthritis with bulging discs in my lower back, and I'm pretty sure in my neck. So I'm having a fun time. At least I live on a homestead in the middle of nowhere, so I can slouch around in my pajamas and stay in bed when I need to. So these are beautiful. Oh, Crohn's is really hard. I'm so sorry. And I did not pull the starting bit over. I'm so sorry, Anne. I'm so sorry. That's a tough one. So these are vintage. That's amethyst and tiny pearls on a beautiful vermeil. These are probably, I believe, I'll take these off and I'll show you. And I know my computer is doing that thing of changing the light all the time. These are probably verging on Victorian with the design. Let me show you. They are stunning. I've shown them many times. I just don't get it. I had to take the back off. Every time I move away from my computer, it changes what's going on. Do you see that? That's not stamped. That's etch work. It is a flower. Trying to get it. It is a lily. Can you see the lily? With rings around the outside. I'm going to show you with a loop in a minute. It is slightly concave. This is an older piece of amethyst. Look at the color in there. And then how it's really light at the top. Little tiny pearls with, I'm assuming that these are also vermeil spacers, but they might not be. I didn't test those. And then you can see how old it is. Look at I want my loop. It's not going to show right without it. Firstly, oh, look how terribly dirty that is. What the heck? It doesn't do anything but sit over in my on my desk right there. What is it getting so dirty from? Here's the design on the top. That is hand done. And then the bottom, where the beads are attached, you can see how old the jump rings are on there. There's the amethyst. They're absolutely beautiful. They're a little camera shy. They're quite old and they're lovely. So from where it goes in your ear, almost all this pretty much covers your entire ear. So then the amethyst drop itself is only about an inch with the little tiny pearls. Yeah. And it is, I believe it's a tiger lily. Open. Hand done. Absolutely beautiful. And they're both the same. And they are $60. And I will move on. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. The right person is going to come along and buy these. I know it. If you have something that you are looking for and you are interested in, Anne asked me about vintage cloisonne. And Anne, I remember you because I do remember selling you some vintage cloisonne. And then I had 2 antique cloisonne bracelets with the drill holes in them, which was the early, like turn of the century cloisonne bracelets. And I kept saying, who's the person who wanted the vintage, an antique cloisonne? And I think it was you. And they're gone now. That was a long time ago. But I kept saying, where'd she go? Sorry about that. Aren't you the lady, person, human, that talked about, I'm going to take this off and show it next week, that talked about, is your house decorated in Asian? Yep, in Asian style. Yes, there you go. See, I remember. Let's try my little guitar again. Oh, boy. Not Asian. Okay. Well, maybe I just made that up. Maybe I made that up. But I remember the rest of it very clearly. Okay. I think this is the lowest I've asked for this. This is really cool. Yep. Well, I wish you had been here for those antique bracelets, because I'm pretty sure that was not you. I had something else at the time. This is fabulous. This is the third time I've shown it, so it's probably going to go back away for a while. It is made in Spain. The strings are individual. Look at that. It's beautiful. It is a brooch. It has little green flourishes. Okay, computer, I've got to go in the settings. Little green flourishes at each corner. Not sure why, but it adds to the detail. It's absolutely gorgeous. Spain on the back there. Here's the brooch. This is probably in 1960s. Maybe, let me look at the clasp. Yeah, I'm going to say 1970s piece. Even the surround of the guitar has a design inside there. It's a really nice piece. Mother's Day and Father's Day is coming up. You know anyone who plays musical instruments? This would be perfect for them. Absolutely perfect. It is, my mother played the guitar. It is 1 3/4 inches long, and about a half an inch wide at its widest. Yeah, it's metal. It's Damascene from Spain. Oh, and I'll try to remember that because I had them for about 3 months and I kept showing them and I was like, where's that person? Sorry, honey. Yes, this is metal. It's Damascene. And I am not spelling it right. I never do. I spell it different every time. But if you Google Damascene, Spain, it's kind of like vermeil, but I don't believe it's precious metal. It's just a design style in Spain. And if it is sterling silver, but my memory is, and y'all can help me out with this, that it is not, it would be, like 600 or 800, or like, so yeah. And I could look that up myself, but if you just look up Damascene, you'll see it's really ornate. It's really beautiful. Okay, Anne. Oh, thank you, Warrior Girl. This is beautiful. So let's look up Damascene. Let's do it. Let's do it. I always I have so much information in my brain that you would think I would remember everything, but I gotta tell you, I don't remember everything. Is made of boom. Spanish Damascene, particularly from Toledo, Spain, is made by inlaying 18 karat to 24 karat. So see, I was totally wrong, and this is a great price. Gold, silver, and sometimes copper threads into a dark oxidized steel or iron base. This artisanal process, known as damasquino, creates detailed contrasting designs, often in arabesque or Renaissance styles, that are then treated to create a durable, rusted, and decorative finish. So it is silver, gold, etc., overlaid onto a base metal. Okay? So, indeed, at $24, this is precious metals. And I always get Damascene confused, obviously, with something else that is not a precious metal. Like alpaca, for instance, is not silver, but Taxco is. So that's gold and silver and other metals of high quality overlaid on base metal. $24. Some sterling, some not. Yes. Well, and I didn't test this, but I can, I could do that if necessary, but for $24, I'm not going to. For $24, anything that, I believe is I have a whole bag, and I have a test kit, and anything that why will this not move? What is going on? Anything that I believe is actually sterling or gold, I test it with my liquid testers, and this will now get tested. And I have to tell you that if it's gold and silver and all the rest of it, it's hard to test because of the inlay, and you don't want to scratch the beautiful front. But if it is any of those metals, it's going to go way up in price. So Warrior Girl, yes. And most Damascene does not say, it doesn't say, I had a piece of like a micro mosaic, which is completely different from Italy, that actually said 14 karat. But most Damascene doesn't say anything about it. I haven't got it yet, Warrior Girl. But Warrior Girl, did you do a .net and not a .com? I also, you have to realize, live in the country in the middle of nowhere. So Yeah, well, this one's from Spain. So Spain is gold, high gold, and sterling silver. So anyways, Warrior Girl, if there's something you want to bid on, just go for it. Okay, I'm going to move on. Starting bid. Yeah. So you have Japan Damascene. That's interesting. Japan copied everything. They're good artists. They are good artists. But if you go ahead and look up Damascene ants, and then you can, like I just did, and then you can see yourself. But yeah, for 24, I know that brand new over in Spain, that piece would probably cost a tourist like $45, maybe $50. So it's in brand new. It still has the wire in the head of the guitar. So I know that 24 is a really good price. Just because I've been doing this for a long time. So this is a color orange rhinestone. That's the drop. It's a shorty. That's what I mean by collar. It has the shepherd's hook. So this is like a 1960s. These are, yeah, this is like a 1960s. Here is the end piece. It's raised round, so you can tell. So this whole thing could be an extender in theory, correct? But it's short, and it's really pretty. It's orange. It is short. It is really small. So with the shepherd's hook all the way to the end stone, it's probably like a 13-incher, because 14 inches goes around my neck tight. It doesn't want to. So this one is 13. Hi, Billy. Billy, you're in here. Hi, Billy. What's going on? How's it going? So this is 13 inches long. It's a small one. They're usually 14 when they're a collar, and a lot of these are collar pieces. It's very well made. I'd love to have the whole set. I'll show you the back. But it is for a slender neck. And that would not be me. Here's the back. See, the construction is really well done. The orange rhinestones are outstanding. And they're not AB. They're not AB. They're just orange glass. Maybe a little bit of foil under the big pieces, larger pieces. But it is not AB. It's just orange. It would be very nice. And perhaps this was what the purpose was. Actually, like smaller like this. I don't know. And I always do costume. So, let me tell you, okay. Well, Warrior Girl, like I said, I sometimes don't get a text for 24 hours. And before that 24 hours is up, the thing has already happened, or the person has already come over here, or whatever. This is a fact. So that was not AB. It's just orange glass. So, Anne, I always do vintage costume. I've done that for years. That's what I do. That's my specialty. But as you have seen, I've brought up the Damascene. I have brought up, oh my good God. What else? I have sterling silver rings that I'm going to bring up tomorrow. I'm also going to bring up sterling silver rings. I brought up the sterling silver. So this is 925. This is sterling silver. Vermeil is sterling silver. So, I mean, but I still consider this to be costume jewelry, and or it's vintage jewelry. I always say Thursdays and Fridays are when I bring items like this. This is 925 sterling. So I'm a little unsure of what you mean by that. I always bring a mixture, but I'm more heavy on the costume. So if you're looking for sterling, if you're looking for gold, if you're looking for big pieces of amethyst or etc., I have a little, but that's not my specialty, if that helps. And I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but that's what I've always done. That's my deal. I am slowly moving into more and more of the higher end, but slowly, because it's a whole learning curve. Well, yes and no, Anne. You'll have to come see. I don't really do a lot of. I have a lot of sterling silver rings and lapis and garnet. I have a rock crystal necklace and earring set. I'm about to bring up this piece right here that's tiger's eye and abalone and wood beads vintage necklace. So, I mean, it's, that is semi-precious. I have a lot of semi-precious and costume mix. There is no one day that I have only one or the other. Yeah, I have a rock crystal set. Yes. So this one is going to be a starting bid of $45. It is incredible. So in order to show this correctly on the bust, I have knotted it because it's longer than this is Dolly, my helper Dolly. It's longer than the bust, but I wanted to give you an initial idea, and I can show you again how instead of just having it be one long piece, you can knot it. Now, this was not a good knot. I just did it really quickly. But I want you to see what I did not notice at first. All the little seed beads in there, with the exception of the silver tone spacers, are tiger's eye. And this bottom piece is this beautiful piece of abalone. And it's definitely vintage. I did not check the clasp or if it's sterling silver. Didn't test it. It might be because of I didn't realize that it was tiger's eye beads until after I had it all set up on the bust. So it's not tested. I'm not super concerned about a sterling silver clasp. It just doesn't mean a lot to me. I know that it means a lot to a lot of my other reseller friends. It just doesn't to me. If the whole necklace was sterling silver, that would matter. So here's the clasp. My camera, every time I move away, it has to readjust itself. There you go. Here's the clasp. I didn't look for a 925. And these pieces are all tiger's eye. Except for, obviously, the sterling silver, that silver tone spacers. I am not going to call that sterling silver. I have no idea. The light in here has been really bad today. And I think my camera in my computer is dying. Or maybe it's just me. It's just not coming across right. But look at these cut tiger's eye spacers. I honestly thought that was just some wood and whatever when I put it on the bust. And does this have, oh, look at there. It does. It is a 925 clasp. It says 925 on it. It says 925 on it. The tiger's eye is older, so it's, it's more buttery than flashy. And then, so it's long. Let me show you. Here's the top. It's very lightweight. The beads are like a very light brown olive. Here is the one side, and see the tiger's eye beads wrapped around the piece of abalone medallion. Isn't that beautiful? What a great idea, right? So that's the one side. And here is the other side. And this is nice and thick. And I can tell because this is black and this is a darker brown color and black in there with the purples. This is a black tipped oyster that Tahitian pearls come from. It is not a West Coast piece of abalone / mother of pearl pendant. Isn't it beautiful? All of this is tiger's eye in between there. Really beautiful. It's very lightweight. Okay, warrior girl. See you later. Can you see somewhat, Anne? You don't know, Anne? I don't know what you're talking about. So this is really long in that, and it's absolutely stunning. Look at this. Have a good day, warrior girl. Thank you for hanging out. Maybe you'll come back tomorrow. You can see some flash in the tiger's eye, because I'm having a hard time seeing that. I also do need new glasses. I've needed them for a long time, but when you have been living my life, adulting moves a little bit slow. So it just comes down to right here. I think it's gorgeous. So this is about, let's measure it. I'm going to measure it. I don't want to guess. And then the pendant is right kind of at the top middle of everything, and you can wear it this way. Or you can wear it with this side showing with the tiger's eye beads. And you can tie a knot and make this short and tie a knot in here and make it like a short collar length. It's really nice. Let me tell you how long it is. It's really beautiful. I do not think what's not cold, and they're wooden beads with tiger's eye beads in between. Real tiger's eye wrapping the black tipped oyster mother of pearl pendant with a sterling silver clasp. Okay, now I'm going to measure it. I hope that answered your question. 14 inches long on the necklace, and the pendant is 2 inches. So it's 28 inches with the pendant being 2, so that's 30 inches. 30 inches. And this is probably 1970s. Wood beads like this were really popular in the 70s. Could be a repop. I'm not sure, but it's lightweight, so it doesn't hurt my neck. And it's stunning. It's one of a kind, that's for sure. I got it, Anne. I understand. My brain is the same. My brain is the same. It's really nice. I don't believe this was mass produced. I think it was artisan made. So my prices are good for 48 hours. And then I bring things back at reduced or increased prices. And I'm not sure what I'll do with this piece. It won't come back reduced. That much I know. That much I know. So let me put it down. Okay. Is there anything that anyone would like to see? I don't have any vintage cloisonne right now. I do have, I have quite a bit. I'm going to show 2 more items, maybe 3, and then I'm going to call it. I don't do recaps because I just physically I can't handle it. So sorry, my water's hissing. Physically I can't handle doing that, and I like the flow of just bringing stuff up and moving through, and having everything be a surprise and be mixed in and be mixed together. So I don't, unless I'm with another reseller, which I am at times, and I used to be a lot. I like the flow of surprise. What am I going to pull up? Am I going to pull up a costume jewelry? Am I going to pull up, sterling silver ring? Am I going to pull up a brooch? Am I going to pull up a necklace? And not go back and say, well, this didn't sell and that didn't sell. And but I'm going to bring up, since I said something about it, and I'm going to bring this up tomorrow. Oh, I need to take this off. Sorry. And my cousin has Crohn's. So this is coming tomorrow. This is a rock crystal. Necklace, and it has matching earrings. And this is coming tomorrow. This is a preview. It is on sterling silver chain, and I believe it's Art Deco era. And the earrings are fabulous, and it will be here tomorrow. And it's pretty dang spectacular. Pricey, but pretty spectacular. So let's do a couple rings. Let's see what happens with that. I've made 1 sale today, so let's see what happens. I know everyone is like, wow, it's a hard time out there. Starting bid of let's see what happens. This is an old, I kind of believe this might be, there goes my computer house to adjust. This is what I'm getting off a little early today because I want to adjust my camera. I believe this is a earlier Chinese import. That is lapis. There goes my camera. See the setting, the saw teeth in there are so uneven. That's an indication of pre-jewelry saw. And then the setting is just beautiful. Look at that. It's like a flower. And then the soldering and again, here's the prongs with the setting in there. See the saw teeth in there? And then it's pronged again. And then it's set up on a flower. And then it has this design. Here is the back. And what does it say? It says sterling. Yeah. China and sterling. So this is an early Chinese import. It is adjustable. You can see that someone pulled it over right there. It is sterling silver. So this was early Chinese import. Could mean anywhere from around the turn of the century to 60s. It is a really nice one. What is happening? Use your email address. What is this orange thing is saying? Orange thing. Warrior girl. What orange thing? Yeah. Okay. Let me post this again. What do you mean orange thing? Warrior girl. What is an orange thing? There's my email address. Okay. So let me give you the size. What is an orange thing? Is my email address telling you about an orange as opposed to a banana? What does that mean? So currently, there is still quite a bit of room to adjust this over, probably about another half a ring size. And the middle of the band is sitting at 6.5. So currently it's at 6.5, and I believe you could make it as big as a 7. It is sterling silver. It is lapis. It is early Chinese import. Starting bid of 48. It's got whites in there. It's a really nice and a very large piece of lapis. So that's one ring I'll bring today. I have no idea what Warrior Girl is saying to me at all. How about, I don't know, y'all. I showed those recently. Let me do this one. This one's not sterling silver, but this one's fun. It is Tibetan silver, 800 silver. Oh, I turned off my caps lock. Starting bid. Which one is? No, this one is turquoise. This is my last one. I had a couple of these. Oops. So let's see. Let's see what y'all think. And then I don't know. I have a lot of other things, but they're all set up and ready to go, and I could bring them tomorrow. So this is a modern, absolutely gorgeous Tibetan made. This is, I really have to fix my camera. I hope it's not dying. I do not want to get a whole new computer just for that. Hopefully I can get a card or something. This is coral. This is turquoise. This is 800 sterling silver. It is made in Tibet. It sits up high. It is made in a traditional symbol. Has the solder drops. And it too is adjustable. It has never been adjusted. It is brand new. So currently, it sits at a size 7 without being adjusted. I don't think you would really be able to adjust it smaller, but you could adjust it to larger, about 7.5. Just the way that the adjustment is on the back of the ring itself, I don't think it would be comfortable making it smaller. I think it would poke your finger. So, in all things, I like to be honest. Isn't that pretty? Nobody else likes it, huh? Well, there you go. It's tough out here right now for resellers. It's tough out here for everyone. Gas, food, the uncertainty. It's absolutely bonkers. And, Tuesdays is a day when I do really lower end clearance, what didn't sell items, and items that I throw in that are, $15 or less, costume jewelry. Occasionally you get a surprise in there of something really cool. But Thursdays and Fridays are my medium and higher end days, and I do bring sterling silver and gold as witnessed by this, the lapis ring, the damascene, and so much more. I have, Australian crystal necklaces over there. I have the rock crystal. I have the vermeil sterling silver antique earrings, but I mix it up with my first love costume, and including plastic, because I love plastic, and I will always bring plastic because I love plastic. So in items like this, carved shell rings. I love this. Anyone interested in this? Someone wants to buy it, I'll rent it. Okay, so I've been on quite a while. One sale. You can email me later if you see something you're interested in and are interested in it. And let me know that you want it. I will be on tomorrow. What? I can't seem to do this right. I've tried what's in blue at the top and the orange color words. Warrior girl? I don't know what you mean. Honey, warrior girl. So I'll be on tomorrow at 3:00, and I usually do kind of a chat and a sale. I'm going to get back to you in a minute, warrior girl, I promise. I usually do like a chat and a sale, but I did a long, super in-depth chat last Friday. So tomorrow is just going to be a sale, and it's going to be just a little shorter than 2 hours, and it will be mostly just pretty high end and relatively quick. So warrior girl. And again, you can watch the replay. You can email me. Warrior girl, are you thinking I have a jot form? Because, honey, I don't know what's blue at the top or orange color. I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know what you're seeing. So I don't have a jot form. I should have a jot form. I don't. A caregiver for 5 years with 2 very sick parents. First, my mother sick, then at hospice, then passed and I was there at home. Then my father, same thing. They both went to the hospital by ambulance all the time. Then I came home and grieved for a long time. Then I got back into my reselling, and I just have not. And then I've developed severe arthritis, and I have not created a dang jot form. So I have put my email in the chat. Your YouTube name is Orange? How bizarre. My YouTube name, where? Becky is Orange. On my screen? Because for me, it's blue. Becky, I don't get it. Becky, is what you see on the screen orange? Or are you talking about my channel name? Because I'm so confused. Because when I go look at my own channel, I never see anything in orange. And right now, my banner is blue with my email. I'm so confused. And what I'm typing in the chat is yellow. Man, you guys, I don't see any of these colors on my end at all. Are you guys serious? So the chat is yellow and this is orange and something else is red. I am straight tripping. I'm like, what is happening? You're kidding. Becky, it doesn't show orange. Okay, Becky, does it show orange to you? Do you see orange when you are doing it, Becky? On your sales, when you type, is it orange? Crazy. Everything is black and white to me. And when I go in other people's sales, it's black and white. That's why I'm like, what? Hi, Deb. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, Warrior Girl. My email address. Interesting. Becky is blue. Well, yes, Becky is one of my moderators because I've known Becky for, I don't know, 2.5, close to 3 years. We used to sell together, and hopefully we will again a little bit here and there. How bizarre. Thank you, Deb. And hi, Deb. Becky, yes, she's a mod, so she's blue. So Warrior Girl, if you're still here, I'm so sorry. My email address, if you have your email thing open, is M as in Mary, S as in Sam, C as in Candy, Walker, Walker, like walking, but ER, Walker. I'm walking, I'm a walker. MSC Walker at ATT, like the phone company, .net. I'm not a .com. I'm a .net. There's always something fun. There's always something, that happens that makes me happy. And I've had a good day with all of you. I really hope that worked. And Warrior Girl, if it didn't, Lord help me, I don't know what to do. Okay, everyone. Hugs, kisses. We're all going to get through this economic time together. Go say hi to your neighbors. Go water a tree. Go look at the moon. Stretch. Drink some water. Eat a healthy dinner. Give your friend or your partner a big hug. And I will be back tomorrow. Thank you for helping me, Becky, with that, because I didn't know any of that. And Deb, thank you. And I don't think I know you, Deb. So nice to meet you. Thank you for stepping in and helping. Okay. And you can always email me if you see something you like and you change your mind. And you could always make an offer if you really, if it's reasonable. Then there you go. And Becky, did you drop your link? You did. You did. But you could always drop it again right quick before I close. Want to drop your link, Becky? Becky sells like 6 to, as far as I can tell, 8 times a week. Becky is on constantly, and Becky is on with other resellers all the time. So her items are numbered. She has full description, and she does recaps. She is a ... There is no confusion with her. So if you want a little chaos, come over and hang out with me. If you want, different items and you want someone who's like totally organized and knows everything about what they're selling, like really on the spot, Becky is your gal. Yep. She's got everything. Incredible. Okay. Good night, everyone. Love you. Sorry that today was confusing. Ciao.